Good morning. So we got a little bit of a window to be able to do some kiting practice. I like to try to do that on days that I can't fly, just work on some issues that I had before, but just to kind of perfect my techniques of launching. Also, it's a little bit stronger wind, so I should be able to possibly get in some reverses. That's something I really wanted to practice, being able to kind of flip around to do those types of launches and get more smooth with it as well. I have a storm that's coming in later on this evening, so my window is small. So about 12 o'clock or so, the wind's really going to start picking up. But right now I'm pretty good. Definitely can't fly because if I got too high in there, it's about 23 to 30 miles per hour wind. So with that, I'm going to the field now. So one thing that I always make sure I set up is my wind sock. That way I know where the wind is coming from and which way I should set up. The next step I do is to get my wing out, lay it out on the ground, and then get myself into my harness so that way I can be clipped in and ready to go. Once I have my harness situated on my body properly, I can then clip into my wing and start the practice. So after getting clipped in, I decided to wear my helmet. With the high winds, I didn't want to take the chance of being dragged across the field. So before we get started, here is a clip of me kiting for the very first time when I was in training back in August.
What do you think?
This is my second attempt.
Lift. Stand still, lift, 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 lift. We got a weird knot. We got a guy down. Come here. Nothing on the ground to worry about.
After that embarrassing face plant, here's where I started to put the fundamentals together. I made sure to ride the A's all the way up, and then here I was working on making sure that the canopy stayed directly overhead with just light touches to the brakes instead of pulling them as hard as I possibly could, left or right. But practice must always continue to happen so I can continue to get better and better at my ground handling. So now we'll jump ahead and see where I'm at now. So we just finished up some training. There was a funeral that I noticed that started to take place, so I decided that it was probably best for me to respectfully pack the bag in. Don't want to be a nuisance. They were actually really cool people. A couple of them said they had seen me flying around town before. So some quick thoughts that I have. I realize that practice is extremely important to make sure that I'm getting down to fundamentals, and sometimes even I forget about some of the fundamentals that I need to revisit. So one of them was the reverse launch, how to properly hold your hands, how to do the setup properly. So I'm going to look at the PPG Bible, reach out to some friends, and make sure that I'm doing those launches correctly. I can do them without it, but I don't want to do the wrong thing. I don't want to get those habits ingrained. So I'm going to pull out the PPG Bible, see what I did wrong, and then next time I have a chance to get out to the field, we'll practice those reverse launches, and hopefully get better at them.
We got a guy down.